Welcome everybody to the sportiest stream. How are you all doing? You all are doing well. We've got a great match this Thursday evening, and hopefully again all of you enjoying your time. Welcome to the Rocket League Splash series. Hope you all again are doing well. As my volume's actually not very high. 1 second. A little better? That looks a little better. Okay. Sorry about that, everyone. We are here for some Rocket League Splash series action There we go. As again, we got a pretty good match. This is part of the Tsunami Cup this season. This is week 7, the last week of the regular season. Lotus of the regular season. Oh my goodness, I actually had my volume doubled there. There we go. I got it fixed. Sorry about that, everybody. This is week 7 of the Rocket League Splash. This is and the Tsunami Cup here this evening. Tenax taking on Lotus 8 Zenith. We have actually seen both of these teams before. We saw Lotus 8 Zenith last as Lotus 8 Nirvana. Because of Lotus 8, actually I do know this about Lotus 8 Esports, them as at work actually have a tier system for their team names. So Zenith is considered a higher tier than Nirvana. All you need to know is that it's still the same kind of Lotus 8 team that we've known before, just a different name. And again, they're taking on Tenax, who for us last time we saw on the stream were Tenax Premiers. So not too much to change here. These rosters still very strong, and again, with it being week 7 at the end of the regular season, both these teams in that Tsunami Cup, they have not done very well though. Both of them at 2-4 records, so they've not exactly had an easy regular season for themselves this season. They're going to be looking for wins, and they're going to need one here. This is their last match of the regular season, the last chance you can really have to get yourself in that spot. And if you guys don't know, Tsunami Cup has 16 teams in total. Of those 16, the top 6 out of each group go to the final bracket. Tenax right now is holding the 7th seed, Lotus 8 at the 6th seed, and maybe to hopefully see really the only way they can go is up. Game differential also going to be a huge deal. Tenax is a game differential of -6, Lotus 8 at -3, and there's another team in this discussion, Tenax Rio themselves at a 2-4 record, with -3 as their game differential. They aren't going to be playing against each other. Their match this week for Rio is against Affinity Nightfall, who themselves actually have forfeited out, I believe, of that series. So I could be wrong. Let me check. It looks like they may have forfeited out of some of the matches earlier. They haven't actually. My apologies. They have not actually forfeited yet. I was told they forfeited. I'm wrong. Didn't read the correct team. They went 1-3 in their last match, but this is an Affinity Nightfall team that has struggled this season, actually in the 8th seed spot. So Rio looking to secure their spot. But of course, if Affinity Nightfall can get a win, there's a chance that both these teams could be in that playoff bracket, but it's not likely. With game differential being that first tiebreaker after series record, what's really going to matter for both these teams is that record, because Rio likely isn't going to lose their match, which means that they are going to secure themselves a spot here, at least over Tenax. Although, of course, these teams really battling. This is almost certainly going to be the deciding factor for both these teams and their chances in the postseason. I don't think they care too much about record, about where they get into the playoff bracket. They're just trying to get themselves in to that bracket. Pressure's on for both these teams to get wins, and for Tenax specifically, again, we're part of the ATS Advent Cup. Not too long ago, ATS Season 3 Advent Cup, sponsored by House Wiffendor. They themselves struggled to make playoffs there, only winning 1 series their entire season. So, Tenax roster so far has had and again, all of this coming off of their win as well, not that long ago in the ATS RLSS Champions Cup 2. So, this is a team that knows how to win, how to play well, but obviously have struggled. A team that needs to really put that pressure on, really get themselves into the right mood. Of course, let's see a great match tonight here in the Rocket League Smash Series Tsunami Cup. This, again, Rocket League Smash Series matchup is sponsored by Lotus 8 Esports themselves, along with Next to New Esports and Claim to Fame Entertainment. So show support the sponsors of the Rocket League Splash Series. And as we get closer and closer to our match start time here, it'll be really fun to see how this match will go, again, with playoffs on the line. I've not been especially active, really, for any league this season except for ATS. But now that my semester is starting to kind of wind down, might see a few more matches here this week, especially all the fun we're going to get here as well. And as we get things sorted out here, be a great time. Again, just give us a little bit of time while everybody gets in the lobby. Again, waiting just a little bit to make sure we in here for, again, this best of 5 match again, the end of the regular season. Big match as well. Playoffs on the line. Well, again, we get things sorted out. We'll get all that we need from this match as soon as we, again, can get of activity. And also of just how these teams are doing. They're probably doing some warm-up, probably just getting things underway. But again, with playoffs being on the line, a lot of teams watching this match, going to be a very important series tonight. Again, we are trying to get everybody in here. Can confirm, though, the Lotus 8 team is here with Zenith, KNZ, and Just Void. Tenax themselves with Waffle, Geo, and Mystic. I do remember rosters kind of nicely, which is nice. They haven't changed at all. This is a roster for Tenax that has only made one change, and that is adding Saturn as sub. He's usually their coach, so no surprises they're having him as a sub. Makes sense. A lot of teams do like to have their backups. Although I can tell you, Saturn is not here tonight. And again, I wasn't expecting him to be here in a match that is almost certainly going to define, your postseason. Because for one of these teams, they may not see the postseason. Likely, they won't be seeing the postseason if they lose this match. Lotus 8 Zenith, Tenax, their records may not be very strong, but that's what puts them in such a precarious position. 2-4 are the records. Playoffs on the line. All you need is a win to get there, but these teams have had challenging points all season long. Now is their point to prove if they deserve a spot in that top 12 at the end of the season. Lotus 8 on the blue, 10X on the orange, and a best of 5 series that could define your chances at the postseason, and maybe even your postseason at that. This is your last chance to get in, your last week to play, your last week to prove what you are worth. In the Lotus 8 roster, we haven't seen since ATS Season 2, but in the Apex Cup, gonna get the goal in first. One of many teams that could not get through the wildcard bracket that season, but it's a great start here as KNZ sends it in front for Just Void. And in less than 30 seconds, Lotus 8 Zenith have struck first. Knowing this is a Tenax roster, expect to find them to find ways to bounce back, and one of the ways that they did is, at least in their championship, in their incredible championship run back in the ATS RLSS Champions Cup 2, against, again, some of the best teams in the RLSS Search Division. Was through demos, was through that kind of aggression. Again, since then, they have not been able to sniff a championship all that easily. The 10X team right now, it feels like they're kind of on that downfall, kind of on that downswing. Part of it has to do with the fact that they are advancing very highly in a lot of divisions that are quite high ranked for them. But, a lot of it's also just the fact that, again, it's really tough for a roster of 3 players who've been sticking around for as long as 10X have been to continue to be successful. I mean, this is a roster that has not changed for maybe half a year, maybe even more than that. And it's very tough to be consistent in that amount of time. Lotus 8 right now is giving them quite the beating early on here. Zenith's got his first of the series, and he just pops this one by. Tenax not playing fast enough to catch up to them. Lotus 8, Zenith with a 2-goal lead. Tenax roster, again, could mark the end of their season. They don't want to see that happen. love to battle through, where you really need to bring your A game. It is only game 1, but this best of 5 has so much wrestling behind it, so much that these teams have put in, into this season. And both these teams, again, being relatively new to the Tsunami Cup, it's a very tough jump in divisions because teams in the Tsunami Cup are very, very good. Very, very, very good. This is one of the premier divisions in the Buffalo Splash Series. I mean, you talk about the Surge Cup, most of the top teams hanging around that G2 range. When you go to Tsunami, that rank range jumps up to peak low SSL, so you're not going to see a lot of players who have, again, done really well in the Surge Cup find that same kind of success in the Tsunami Cup, and yet the playoff bracket is still very doable. Again, top 12 out of the 16 teams do make it there. Lotus really is keeping the goals coming. They want nothing to do with giving up this game, and Zenith once again finding his power. Another beat in the challenge against Waffle, and it's a 3-0 lead for Lotus 8. Goal after goal, after play, they are just outpacing Tenax right now, and a Tenax team that looks a lot more defensive, a lot more passive than we last saw them. It's understandable, again, with a division that is as tough as this one, but if you are to take championships, if you are to make it to the playoff bracket, you've got to prove that you can play aggressive when it matters. Lotus 8 so far have done so. They've been holding that midfield quite well. Oh, but away from Zenith! Maybe I spoke too soon. Geofei goes in. It's a goal back for Tenax. A miss for Zenith. He's been strong all day on the offense, but that's a huge defensive blunder. He just didn't have enough boost to catch up to it. Pushed out very far, used a lot of boost. I think was initially considering going for an ultra-aggressive challenge. When you push up that high, you have to use boost to go into the challenge. It means that going back to defense, not only do you have to cover more ground, you don't have nearly as many resources to get there in time. It's little decisions like those that can make quite the difference here. Fortunately for him, his team's still leading by 2. But Tenax starting to go for those demos again, and expect to see a lot of them showing up here for Tenax once they find offense. Geo off the corner. ANZ finds Zenith in position. Waffle, Void. That's over 1, trying to keep the play going here as now a search for the midfield. Mystic. Right back to Zenith. Waffle. ANZ. Geo, not up very fast. Void nearly got past him there, but Tenax will keep hold on defense. But again, the big issue so far for them has been their speed at getting these challenges. It's like they're second-guessing themselves in a lot of different plays. That is costing them valuable seconds to get to that ball in time. But so far, only giving up 3 goals. Can they find something? 1 minute to go in game 1, and the pressure from Tenax starting to build even further. Mystic! Geo! How on earth did he miss that one? I mean, you couldn't have asked for much better of a shot. Now Mystic's gonna take it. And he'll allow Geo to forget all about that open net miss. Tenax now within 1 of tying Lotus 8 Zenith. 44 seconds to go. This is their chance. Less than a minute, sure, but seen it done already. We've seen it done before, I should say. Tenax right now. Momentum on their side, but an overcommit for Waffle. Just Void, all by himself. Scott KNZ in the midfield. No shot there from the Lotus 8 Zenith attacker, as now KNZ with a whiff there. Just Void. Thinking on the back corner. Around 1. Mystic to cut that off. I'm running low, but Lotus 8 doesn't have match boost. Geo, dunk on KNZ. It's wide open. And in comes the captain. Mint Mango Waffle ties this game up with 7 seconds to go. And Tenax walking back in to this game. We're 3 goals down. Have now tied this game 3 goals each. Best of 5 series. The playoffs is on the line for both these teams. That your chance of playoffs could go with the loss here. Every goal, every game matters. And in game 1, we head to overtime. The last week of the regular season. And with the likelihood that one of these that whoever wins this match goes to playoffs, whoever loses does not. Everything matters. It comes to just getting that goal to win this game. Tenax right now in the more favorable position. They've got the momentum. They've got a 3-goal streak right now. Over time, so often you see teams start to fall to that defensive positioning, that defensive posturing. Tenax have not been successful when they do that. And really, they can't afford to do that here. Mystic gonna set up Geo. That's a great shot. KNZ's there for it. Now here goes Waffle. Back wall. Looking to set up this one on the line. Mystic hit the post. And Lotus 8 Zenith running on fumes, but fumes it will be. They'll get that ball out. Void. Corner. Double. Void. Oh, he's ended it. Lotus 8 Zenith with a miracle strike from the back corner. Just Void sneaks it by, takes this one past Mystic. And Lotus 8, what a start to the series. A corner double tap to end it. What a play. Just Void, the true MVP of this game. The scoreboard isn't lying either. 2 goals, 1 assist. And the clutch factor to boot. Lotus 8. They've been, man, what a start here. Again, I'm living in Rochester. It's like a blizzard right now, but I think it's gotten even colder when Zenith's when Just Void's walked into this play. My goodness, he is icy right now. What an ending! What a clutch performance for that Lotus 8 Zenith player. Yeah, now moving into game number 2. Tenax. That comeback now, all for nothing. Find a way to pick up the pieces, and I think for this game at least start off better than they did in game 1. Although I will say the bar is quite low when you started off game 1 giving up 3 goals straight. Tenax, it's all about not doing that. And more importantly, getting that first goal. Getting something in that net. Reminder, playoffs is almost certainly going to be on the line, and very likely whoever loses this series will see themselves miss the postseason. One of only 4 teams that will be doing that in the Tsunami Cup this season. Yeah, it's a smaller division than usual, 16 teams only. Pressure is on to perform. Almost another double tap there, KNZ setting up Zenith. I thought we might see yet another double tap here from the sidewall this time. I mean, KNZ was not far off, but Tenax would have nobody back. Lotus 8 will take that first goal. Seconds now to get there, and even fashioned it in game 1, which was, again, 29 seconds in total. Lotus 8, they're making sure that Tenax's life only gets worse. And here goes Just Boy. He's been the man of the hour, and he just continues to perform when asked to. A second for Lotus 8. They're continuing their incredible hot streak at the start of these games. And just beating the challenge against Mystic this time. And the Tenax we're seeing so often when they challenge, they have no boost in the tank. Just can't get that extra burst of speed. A lot more times when you don't make it to challenges in time consistently, it's not speed, but positioning that costs you. And Tenax, again, it's that mentality that they want to play. They want to play more defensive. They want to wait a little bit more. Too much when they make that choice to go for the challenge. You can't be willing to take, but they won't have to worry too much about those mistakes right now because in comes Waffle. And again, we still have 4 minutes on that clock. A lot of time. Tenax to come back. They needed 1.5 minutes last game to get 3 goals. They've now got 4 minutes just to find at least 1. Likely not going to need that much time. Zenith. Block for Geo. He's a strong mechanical player, but you're not going to see that from Geo. You're not going to see that from a lot of the Tenax players. They just don't go for that many solo plays. A team that really is just exceptional when it comes to teamwork, when it comes to chemistry. Again, we've been together again, I have to think at least over half a year at this point for him. Didn't come as too much of a surprise. I say that since Lotus 8 team again is a team that knows each other quite well. Much more in-depth roster. 5 players. Relatively active subs. A team that's looking for space is KNZ. My goodness, a pre-flip pass. Best way to know to get there. Now looking to get a piece of Mystic. In goes Zenith for the challenge. Tenax, while they do have full boost, facing that incredibly daunting pressure of Lotus 8. Mystic. Zenith to the back wall. Waffle's gotta be careful. In goes Void. Zenith looking the front post. Missed it wide. Waffle will cut that one off. It's KNZ. Finally, cooks her pinch in the back corner. And nowhere is NF. Big dunk on Geo. KNZ. Don't know if they knew it, but that net was open for the taking. Still not an easy shot. Now KNZ! That might be why. A lot of miss there. Void can't get in fast enough. And Zenith's not going to hit the angle. Once again, KNZ looking for the incredible double taps. That one not hitting the mark either. Lotus 8 continuing their aggression. They're up by 1, looking to re-engage that 2-goal lead. They really put Tenax on the back foot. As a whiff for Geo. Mystic. Last one back. Waffle's got very little boost. Geo doesn't have this one. Space for Lotus 8. Zenith, great first touch. Flip reset. Scoops it. Geo's there to save. Lotus 8 now needs to go back. Maybe not a great play there for KNZ to hit that towards the midfield. And actually outplaying that challenge. Away, Tenax find their footing. Gonna find that way to come back. Maybe they did need 4 minutes after all. Void. Steve Flick. That's Geo. Is there anyone back? No, there isn't. What a save for Waffle. Follow-up shot. Mystic cannot get it until it goes in the back of the net. His first save was incredible. The second would have been a miracle, but miracles are very unlikely. Lotus 8 taking back that 2-goal lead. Oh, kickoff, a double player kickoff there for Lotus 8. Risky to take that challenge, but you can tell they just want to keep ball position in that orange hat. That's their goal right now. No, it's the next team has already made a comeback last game. A pretty goal comeback at that. Please did 2 goals in the final minute, which again they did last game. Lotus 8, their big concern now is just making sure that Tenax just doesn't get the opportunities that they want. What they're really going to look to do is just hit that ball to the orange half of the field, go back to defense. Although Zenith wants more. Got that one under the bar. Now Geo. Flip reset. Getting the offense started, but just Void will be there to collect. Off the ceiling. Gonna keep out Waffle. KNZ. She's not double tap up, get round 1. Zenith. Just saying again, I love this. They're still testing that net, they're still testing back well, but they're not sending players up. They're not trying to take those risks because they know time is on their side, and so is the pressure. You can tell Tenax really rushed this play as well. Needed to get down the field. But that's the risk you take when you do it. They weren't really concerned if they were going to give up a goal or not. They just needed to find offense, but it won't come to them. Not in game 2, and unlike in game 1, which went to overtime at the end by some heroics for Lotus 8, this game is very, very different. 4-1. Lotus 8 did not give up their lead once they took it. Now, Tenax are one game away from being swept and theoretically eliminated from playoffs here. So, Lotus 8 Zenith, if they can win game 3, guarantee themselves a spot in the final bracket, and that Tenax will not be there with them. Feels like it's scripted this season that we have, 2 teams right on the cusp of playoffs playing against each other for that spot, but now I can tell you it's not scripted. Definitely exciting, and I mean that's what the stream is all for, right? It's for excitement, it's for entertainment. Watch these teams. Plus what they got and how much they want to be. Go. Game 3 coming up. FH Stadium and Tenax got to get wins here or else their season of chances is over. This is it for Tenax. Must win from here on out. Else they will be departing the Tsunami Cup without a top 12 finish. 5 more minutes on the clock. Pressure really on Tenax this one for Lotus 8. They have been unstoppable so far. Look at this from Just Void. Trying to go for that ceiling shot into a little like a wave dash flick. I would not have expected to see that, but at this level it is not uncommon. It's definitely not unlike, and it's definitely not impossible. That's how good some of these players are. So again, for Lotus 8, our focus might just be on getting a goal before anything else here. Tenax definitely would love to get that goal, but some of the past 2 games have not done very well at getting themselves on the board early. Lotus 8 to keep it that way here as there's Glide. Now in goes KNZ. Great shot there. Gio was a little bit stuck on the goal line. Did not see the play coming. Now another one. Waffle can't get there in time. She never even jumped for it. It's KNZ who beats her on the goal line. And it is Lotus 8 once again scoring first. Game 1, it was 3 goals before the answer from Tenax. In Game 2, it was 2. Here in Game 3, who knows how many Lotus 8's gonna get. Tenax can finally put one in. Take too long though, because Mystic going to get things started. Geo! That is some perfect placement. It only takes 1 goal this time. Tenax found their way back in it. This is a great play from Mystic. Takes in all the defenders' focus to him. Sets up Geo and gives Tenax a reason to keep pushing. Again, reminder, if they win, Lotus 8 Zenith will be the ones on the chopping block. Yes, for Tenax, there's still a very good chance that they can make that final bracket. Of course, they will require a reverse sweep, something not very easy to do, and you're seeing KNC for flip resets. Might be something very tough to do, although Zenith, I don't know what he was doing there. He wasn't in the right position in the first place, and only made things worse with that overcommit. And you know why? He went for boost. He was so starved, was so focused on taking that risk, it will come back to bite him. Tenax, a lead. And I think more importantly, their first lead of the entire series. Now they will look to hold this as Just Void looking to set up the midfield. Geo does prevent KNC from the shot, and you can tell he has maybe successful on offense, but a miss there. Zenith will walk on in. Simple whiff for Mystic, and Geo just didn't. He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready for Zenith. Wasn't ready for a shot. Faith in Mystic, and fortunately for him, Mystic did not come through. This game will be back up. Will be back to being tied, and Lotus 8 may only want to keep Tenax at a glimpse with that lead. As here goes KNZ. I don't know if that shot would have been on target. It didn't look like it would be, but the threat is there. KNZ and Just Void right now. KNZ getting demoed on defense. Might open up some space here, but a big challenge. Mystic, the last one back, will have all the field to work with here, but what a dunk for Void. We're going to follow that up as well. Lotus 8 still keeping that confidence going. So they might want to keep it down just a little bit there. Void trying to go for that play with no boost. I think that might be a little too common for Lotus 8, but you gotta love to see this kind of confidence from this team. Oh, but that's not a great play. It's a free play off the back wall. Mystic will be first to it. Lotus 8 just pre-jumps. They didn't need to pre-jump that one. Communication, Kinsey and Void both calling for the pre-jump play there, and it's not something you want to do with 2 players. Because so often those pre-jumps, it's tough to recover, and even with how good these players are mechanically at this level. Free jump saves aren't generally necessary. This rank level. Oh my goodness, Gio's gonna find a double tap. A hat trick for Gio, and I mentioned before this guy's got the mechanics to boot his incredibly strong rotations. Sometimes you see him do it. It's rarely you see him do it nowadays. Game is so good at supporting him. And I've seen that where he's so good at supporting other players. Sometimes you see games where Gio just pops off. This team was known as FC Barcelona. Was that kind of player. And for Tenax, they're trying to go away from that. Although, again, still you sometimes see players in the Tenax roster just have their pop-off moments. And I know Gio is having his 3 goals this game. Tenax in a game where they desperately needed some positive momentum. Gio is looking to deliver, but still far from over. Lotus 8 want this game back, but Zenith didn't really know if he wanted to challenge there or not. He's made the choice, now may have to pay for it. Demo in front from Gio. Shot not fair. Still chance here for Tenax to go for the net. KNZ gets by Mystic. Still control, but a dunk for Zenith. More demos raining here from the Tenax players. But it's Sate to lose their options, but that was a great play in front. Boy, really what should have capitalized on. It will just go back into the hands of Tenax and if this game. We saw how strong he was in game 1. He was the running late in game 1 for. Let's say this game though, a lot more quiet. 1 goal, 4 shots. The Lotus 8, a lot of work to do. Mystic by KNZ, but Tenax just playing very well just to get to those challenges, but they don't have a lot of boost now. They don't look too confident either. No shot for Lotus 8. That was a huge missed opportunity. I'm running out. So too with the opportunities for Lotus 8 to end the series in game 3. In fact, with a goal, another goal for Gio, 4 for 4 on shooting here in game 3. Like this game may be over. Chance of a reverse sweep becoming just that little bit more possible here for Tenax. Five overall and it's on the line. These teams have only won twice this season, so on them things work as TKNZ trying to go for that ground pinch. It really backfired. Well, at this point, I think for Lotus 8, they essentially conceded this game. They're not going to come back this time with this amount of time left. They'll look for one more. They'll get one more. Great play for Zenith. Sets up Just Void. Love so much about this from Zenith. Not only does he flick it high to give the option for the pass, but he goes for the bump too. Gets the players to commit to it. Lotus 8, although they again won't take this game, that's a nice way to kind of show that they're still battling this one. It's still going to be a close series. Be it one Tenax now has a little bit more hope in themselves. And that reverse sweep is possible, is doable. Tenax definitely is a team that can do it. Both these sides, playoffs, exactly an easy to get yourself in, especially when you need to win here, when the pressure really is on. I mean, for many teams, they don't have to feel that pressure because their playoff chances are so much for them. For these teams, it's not so fun. The other team wants it just as much as you do. Often induces even more of a panic response because it is very easy to get overwhelmed, knowing just how much your opponents want to take this win. I'm sure Tenax are definitely, Tenax and Lotus definitely want this as much as each other do. We move to game number 4 here. Lotus, a reminder, can still take the series. Be their spot in that top 12 bracket. If that is the case here, but so far, a lot of questions if they here for this Lotus 8 side. Can they continue it? Mystic to get things started, but it's in front. Now in goes Just Void. What a great play. Bates and Mystic. Now goes KNZ. Bar down in front. Waffle will prevent Zenith from taking what would have been the first goal of the game for Lotus 8. What a great way to get this thing going. As Lotus 8 still on offense and still just as hungry. Void. Zenith couldn't put it on. Waffle in the way as well. As Void by Geo. Still waiting in front is KNZ. Right there as well, but offense right now has been in Lotus 8's favor for a while, but Tenax may get that pushback that they want. Waffle, blocked by Void. Great play for Geo, looking to set up Mystic, who's waiting midfield. That shot not materializing either. We're just seeing this ball go back and forth with little headway being made. Someone's got to be that breakthrough, player. Especially with Tenax win last game, it feels like everything's kind of been reset here for Game 4. The stage is all even. It is anybody's game to take. This could be a real momentum driving play for Tenax as well. As Zenith in front! This one's... As it will be cleared all the way back, it was KNZ again looking for that mechanical play in front. This time let me get other players involved, but not making its way in. Trying to the offense going. Mystic. KNZ, the only one back. It's a 2v1 play. Mystic flicking it. Big play for KNZ just to play it carefully, to take their time. We've gone halfway through this game, almost halfway through this game at this point. Still no goals. It's been the longest any of these games have taken. I mean, in every other game we've had so far, we've had at least one goal in the first minute. This has been the longest so far. It's more than half of a game, and still nobody has found the lead for their side. Zenith. Geo, Void, look at that tight angle. Two whipped in front. Mystic's there for the catch. Tenax better be thanking him, because that, again, should have been Lotus 8's first goal. But Tenax with some heroics found a way to keep themselves in this one. What a punch in the gut it would be here for Lotus 8 if it were to be Tenax to score first. With all the chances they've had so far. Because it just hasn't been enough of a push. Team play, they haven't been entirely open. No shot has ever been on an open net yet here this game. Every play has had some level of defense blocking it, has had enough defense blocking it. It really is in the hands of these players. What can you do to make life easier? I've seen a lot of demos, a lot of aggression, but it feels like it's going to come down to those infield passes. Who's going to find the infield pass at the right time? Specifically, what team is going to struggle with the boost conservation on defense? That's really when those passes do succeed. As Geo now with a lot of room, but a little too much room. Void! My goodness, no way! He's got past the last defender! Just Void! Takes a light touch out. Mystic was in the middle of their flip. That could be the difference maker. Lotus 8 now. 60 seconds to go before they can secure their spot in that final bracket. KNZ, Geo, Zenith gets by Waffle. Up goes Just Void. Flip reset. Mystic's waiting. KNZ, Waffle, still KNZ! Another one goes in. And now it's 2 goals for Lotus 8. For Tenax. And pressure really building on now. This is their season. On the line, they've got to find goals. Waffle has Mystic upfield, but no shot from this one. In goes Geo through the smoke screen as well. Lotus 8 didn't see that initially, and maybe that will catch them off guard, but it won't. Lotus 8 actually might get a third. They will. My goodness, just Void was the reason for Lotus 8's win in Game 1, has come back at the perfect opportunity here in Game 4. And is giving Lotus 8 everything they need. Time ticking away. Tenax, can they find any reason to stay in this one? Waffle over top. Mystic. This one hit the back post and will stay wide and is cleared away by Lotus 8 Zenith. The series will end, and so too will the regular season for both these sides. Lotus 8 Zenith take down Tenax 3-1. Not only will they secure themselves a spot in that final bracket, but will be eliminating Tenax from contention. Tenax, yet another season that feels like they just have the tough competition ahead of them, but relatively seems it's been tough competition. Lotus 8, though, just the better team tonight. Performances from a couple of these players. Lotus 8 Zenith, 3-1. Tough night here for Tenax and a tough season as well. Knowing this team, they always find ways to bounce back, so I can never count this team out. That's the thing. Of course, tonight just wasn't their night. Wasn't it for them. I have a very good feeling we might be seeing them again potentially next season. And again, knowing teams, generally speaking, when you go up to the Tsunami Cup for your first time, it's very tough to actually, it's very tough to get comfortable. Give this team a little bit of time. This Tenax team, they've had this happen to them before. They've had struggles before. This is a team that will find ways to get into that final. Give them time. And again, maybe we'll see them next season make the run that they were hoping that they could make this season. For now, though, what a win for Lotus 8 Zenith here. And again, taking it to that postseason. May have come down all the way down to the final week of the regular season, but they make it there. That's all that matters. And in the division, sponsored by Next New Esports, Lotus 8 Esports, and Claim to Fame Entertainment. As long as you can make it to that playoff bracket, I think now things have gone. Now, what a incredible performance. All of these teams, but games to 1. Great performance, of course, for both these sides. And just a good series as well. Only match tonight. Be excited with what we got. We'll get a little raid out end our night again. Thank you all so much for joining. We do have matches scheduled for tomorrow and for Saturday, so join in for that. But for now, take care. We're going to be going here. And thank you all so much. Have a great rest of your evening.